Hai, bagaimanakah anda mewujudkan nilai tambah kepada perniagaan dan juga perkhidmatan yang tradisional dan juga menjadikannya lebih menarik untuk digunakan dan juga dibeli oleh penduduk tempatan? Dan itulah yang dilakukan oleh Seekster bersama saya Rizal Zulkapli dalam Rizal ASEAN pada minggu ini dari Bangkok. Seekster is a cleaning and maintenance service startup co-founded by Sahib Anandsongvit and Joyce Sharan Watanakit in Bangkok. Founded in 2015, the company expects to increase its gross service value from 35 to 40 million baht in 2017 to 70 million baht in 2018. Rizal ASEAN met with Sahib in Bangkok during the Global Entrepreneurship Community Summit 2017 roadshow in Bangkok. So let's talk about the idea behind Seekster. It is such a traditional business. So how do you add value to a traditional business?
Just thinking about yourself first. So if you are looking for a service provider, let's talk about looking for an aircon cleaner or perhaps even a maid, right? Traditionally, you would basically ask your friends, your family, go to Facebook, post in a group, or perhaps in Bangkok, they would even go down the street and ask a motorcycle driver. Right? Because they seem to be that information center. But this is, everything is traditional. But what lacks in this whole process is basically the discovery process of actually finding a reliable and a qualified service provider is where the biggest gap is. I mean, not just the discovery of these qualified providers, but having these qualified providers quote you at the correct price. So we're almost looking at qualified, reliable, and discovery of these providers at a reliable at a market price, I would say. So we are basically a property service platform. We cater to different properties, be it a home, be it a condominium, be it your offices, be it hotels or restaurants. And when I say that, we basically offer them all sorts of repair, maintenance, and cleaning services, right? So all these different properties, they from time to time you need technicians to come fix your leaking faucet. You need a technician to come fix your aircon. Definitely, you need cleaning every day. So we know the world is moving at a very fast pace. Businesses are digitizing themselves. Everything is becoming outsourced. So the question comes to having to pay for a service provider in-house versus being able to outsource this job to a qualified professional on a pay-as-you-go model. Right?
So it's sort of being a part of the sharing economy as well, right?
Definitely. It's very similar to Uber, where we get these qualified professionals to come on board with us, and we basically being a platform, we are an open platform to different businesses, SMEs, or even any individual customers who are looking for these qualified service providers, and we basically match these guys.
And trust and reliability is important when it comes to getting people to come over to your place or to your houses or to your offices to be in that space. So how important is trust and reliability, and how do you ensure that that will continue to exist with whatever you're providing currently?
Certainly, we all understand that that is a big deal, and that is certainly the backbone of our platform is about trust, right? Because we believe in selling just two things. We believe in selling convenience and trust. Now, convenience is obviously based on how easy it is to book a service through our mobile app or our website. But in terms of trust, which is the most important factor, is that we don't onboard every and any service provider, right? We have only activated those service providers that go through first, they go through a police background check. That means every service provider that is on our platform has to be Thai, because these guys have to have a national ID card that has to be checked with the police. Secondly, they go through an in-house training workshop where our professionals are, qualified and reliable maids or technicians train these service providers that are on board, which also sign a contract with us in terms of agreeing to the policies that we have as part of our company, in which we promise to the end customer. And it doesn't just end here, because the third process is once they're activated on our platform, we have our review and rating system that ensures the quality of these services. So if a service provider goes below 4.3 rating, we give them a first warning. If they go below the 4 rating, we give them a second warning. And if they go below a 3.8, we basically blacklist them off the system. So that already ensures you that every service provider that is entering your house has a minimum of 3.8 review star rating.
So the possibility is endless because, again, you're not introducing something new to the market, but you are adding value to what's already in the market, right?
Yes, I do understand that this is, I mean, we often try to find different innovative ways to basically disrupt this flow, or maybe perhaps even disrupt ourselves. Just for an example, today, I mean, for the longest of time, we have been operating for a year and 7 months now. For the longest of time, for the first year, we were just doing almost all B2C. But today, we're disrupting the B2B as well, which means offices that used to hire a full-time maid for 9,000 to 12,000 baht, and these maids were not being optimized 100% of the time. We basically offer these offices a maid for a pay-as-you-go model, which basically means your maid, you actually need them only 3 times a week for 2 hours a day, instead of every day, 8 hours a day, and they're doing nothing at their office. So now that these maids go at your office for 3 times a week, 2 hours a day, you're basically paying, a business saves almost 20%. And on the other hand, service providers are making almost 30 to 50% of a higher income than being just a traditional service provider getting job leads from, getting job leads offline. Because today, the normal industry wage rate in Bangkok, in Thailand, is 310 baht for a day. But maids on our platform make almost 350 baht for 2 hours. Which means if you are an active maid or you are a part of our VIP pool maid, you're making almost 30,000 baht a month. That's just a simple example of how technology, or I would say the way we have structured these certain process flows, have been able to not just save 20% on average for consumers and businesses, but also helps raising the living standards of local professionals in Thailand.
Let's talk about your team. You have a lot of young people here. So how important is getting young people to be a part of that team, and why do you hire young people?
So we started off as 3 co-founders, and eventually over time we onboarded people as per the different needs of our business. So we started off very lean, obviously, but looking at our team today and the scale, the growth rate that we're scaling at, we are aggressively onboarding the right talent to be able to tackle each and every department in this industry as well. But we always make it a point to have young talent with enough experience and energy that wants to bring about a change and have the passion to bring a change in the service industry.
And the next question is, how important is it to understand what the locals need? Because if you were to take your model and you replicate that in Jakarta or in Kuala Lumpur, it will probably not work because of the differences and the different approach to doing things in those countries. But so how important is it to understand what the locals need?
I believe that's key. That's the most important key factor. And just like you said, if I was to deploy the same idea to Kuala Lumpur or Jakarta or perhaps even Singapore for that fact, I would have to definitely understand the local market needs. I would definitely have to deploy a local team to be able to understand the different needs and perhaps even make some major or minor alterations to my product based on that needs as well. One of the reasons we feel that we have protected our turf or perhaps making a good growth rate here in Bangkok compared to other players in town is certainly because of the fact that we have understood the local needs. Having a local team, being able to go out there speaking to our local service providers, speaking to our customers, understanding their needs, and adjusting our model, adjusting our business model, and adjusting our product based on their needs is something that we have always followed from day one.
Have you failed before when you were setting up Seekster?
I mean, everything that we have done thus far, this past 1 year and 8 months, 1 year 7 months, is we have failed many times.
And it's important to fail.
Definitely. I mean, if you don't fail, you don't learn, right? We have failed from trying to being the marketplace for all services, to then being able to just narrow it down to a core particular niche that we feel we should tackle on first. we have failed on a few decisions in building something that we let out to the market, perhaps that didn't make an impact to the customers as much as we thought, as we didn't actually validate that idea with the customers. But again, that is what makes us as who we are today. These processes have basically have been embedded in us now, that everything we do first and everything that we do will be based on customers' feedback.
My very last question: how important is a ping pong table to encourage startups to become successful?
It sounds stupid, but it's very important. I mean, one of the things that we realize is that you need to maintain the work and play balance. Work-life balance is very important. As a tech company and as a startup, you have so many goals to achieve in a week, so many goals to do there's so many things to do in a day. But these kind of things can get stressful. It can get stressful. It can burn you out. And if you don't have the facilities to offer your team, the facilities to offer your people, to perhaps just go relax and play a game of 10 minutes or 15 minutes to sweat it out and come back and go work again, or perhaps even a yoga class at the town hall. It just doesn't give them that incentive or that extra added value to stay with your company. Because startup is really challenging, startup is really stressful, and if it's not about the paycheck, it's definitely about the experience and the learning curve they want to experience from you. One of the company cultures that we have instilled for the past few months now is that every month we have a team dinner. Every month we take the team out for a good dinner where we just sit back, relax, have a few beers, talk about the month, talk about where we failed, talk about our next month goal, and just kind of relax and gel with the team. This kind of creates a bond between the team members as well, which is very important moving forward.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dan paparan itu mengakhiri Rizal ASEAN untuk minggu ini. Bersama saya Rizal Zulkapli dari Bangkok bersama dengan juru kamera Rosie, ketika kami melihat dan juga meneliti bagaimanakah anak-anak muda di sekitar rantau ini mewujudkan suasana dan juga mewujudkan peluang untuk mereka mencipta kehidupan yang lebih baik untuk mereka dan juga komuniti di sekitar mereka. Saya Rizal Zulkapli, teruskan bersama kami di Astro Awani, berita sekedar dimensi. Salam hormat.